So first step is
Will you be sending us this? Should we make a note of this?
I will be sending you this. You can also make a note of this. The reason I have not sent it to you earlier is because I want you to actually, when you're practicing with each other, I want you to do it as if you're doing it fresh. Is this clear till here? Now I have a question from all of you. Why this format? I feel about when.
When is the trigger?
Define the problem.
I think it very well defines the entire situation. So from the emotion to the exact point, and like somebody mentioned, also giving out the trigger right into you. So the client gives you everything himself, the emotion, the situation, and the trigger.
Perfect. So when we started working initially, we did not have a structured format for interview. And the challenge that we faced with interview was that you could sit and have a conversation with a client for 3 hours. And at the end of 3 hours, you're none wiser than what you were in the beginning. Because now there's so much of information that you have that to actually be able to put it into a structured format to understand what is the client's problem was a bit of an issue, right? And second, even if we were summarizing it, it was our summary. It's like I am making notes for myself. The client may not completely resonate with that. True. So when we started looking at it in a more structured way, my understanding was that when you're working with a client, any problem has 3 components to it. Without these 3 components, the client generally don't really have a problem. So there would be some feeling that's bothering them. A client would not come and tell you I'm happy and then they're coming to you for a therapy. So there will be some feeling that bothers them. That feeling will be about something or someone. And unless you're working with generalized anxiety or depression, it will be associated with a specific trigger. It happens at some point. It's not something that the client experiences 24/7. The only 2 feelings that I can say which a client may experience 24/7 where when would not be there is when it's a generalized anxiety or it's this sense of depression which is like sustaining, which is continuing throughout the day. Those are 2 places where a client may not be able to give you the answer for when. But for almost everything else, you will have these 3 parts of a problem. Are we clear till here?
Yeah.
So our understanding was, if I know this is what the 3 components of a problem is, why not just ask the client? Why do I have to apply my mind to find all of this?
One is feeling, other is trigger, and third would be thought.
No, so the first is feeling, second is about what? What is
situation, or someone.
Correct, something or someone.
Someone. And third is the trigger.
Third is the when, the trigger.
The trigger, right.
Right. So what it does is it gives you a very clear starting point to work with. And also for the client, because it's very clear that already this is what I'm working with. In many cases, when you're working with clients without a structured definition of the problem, by the time your 3rd session starts, the client doesn't remember what is the problem that they were working with. And then when you ask them, are you seeing any improvement? They say no, not because there is no improvement, because now they're trying to assess what you're working with through a different problem itself. Their original problem was something else that they began with. So being able to define the problem clearly in an extremely structured manner becomes very important. Is this clear? Yes?
Yeah.
Now, what can happen is at times the client may not be able to give you the feelings precisely. In the sense, sometimes the client would say good, bad. They would not really be able to give you a very specific terminology for feeling. They may not have the vocabulary for feeling. Okay. Alternatively, there is a possibility that when you ask the client to start by describing their problem, they say, I don't know where to begin from. So वो वहीं पे अटक जाते हैं. Once the client is able to describe their problem, then your work is actually straightforward. So how do we deal with these two situations where a client is not able to work with the feeling or not able to verbalize the feeling or is not able to start with the description of a problem? I'll come to it after some time. But is this clear till here? Otherwise?
Yeah.
So if I were to now ask you to go into a breakout room and practice with each other using this format, where you first ask the client to talk about what brings them to you. Second, to describe whatever brings them to you in a bit more detail. Third, if they are not specific, then to give you an example of something that's happened earlier like this. Eventually to summarize it for you and to put it in the format. Would you be able to do that? All of you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just remember, you are not supposed to add anything from your side. In the entire interview bit, I actually did not give her anything. I just asked her the questions in the same format. The only question that I asked her was in the end, when I first asked her, can you tell me what does I anticipate the future mean? Because that was not clear for me. Right? But whatever questions I asked after we reached the definition of the problem subsequently. And second, because she defined the problem statement in two different statements, I asked her to see if there's a correlation. If there was, I would have picked up the one that she thought was the primary one. In her case, she said, I don't know. So I said, which one would you like to start with? Are we all good till here?
Yes.